Hey everybody, I'm excited about this lab opportunity. If we are still at our homes at this point in the quarter, I think it'll be kind of nice to be able to do something with your hands and get busy outside. So this week you're going to create your own bottle filtration system. So you're going to try to treat water essentially. So I want to walk through this lab to make sure you understand it. And if you don't understand something or you don't have some of the materials you might need, just send me an email or shoot me a text. I'm happy to help. So first of all, it says, please read all of the instructions before you start. So we're going to go through that here now. You should obtain an empty plastic bottle. Ideally, find a 2-liter bottle at your house, but it could be a smaller bottle, like a little pop bottle or a water bottle. Be creative. Pretty much any plastic bottle will work. Please don't go out and buy anything. Just use what you have. You're going to cut and flip the bottle as shown in the picture here. So you're going to cut the bottle here where the red line is, and then you're going to flip it over. Wherever you cut, if you want to cut up just a little bit higher, you can use this part that you cut off as your catch basin. I'm going to scroll down here. You can see here they did the same thing, but they use the part that they cut off as the part that they're going to catch the water in. Okay, so cut your bottle. Determine what materials you want to try to make your homemade or what you want to use to make your homemade water filtration system. So you're going to list the items here on this document. Use at least 4 different materials. There's all kinds of things. You should watch the videos that I posted and look at the links. There's all kinds of ideas, but be creative. Don't go out and buy anything. Go find what you have in your yard. Gravel, different kinds of soil, um, dried plant matter, fresh grass clippings, rocks. The sky is the limit here. Okay, then you're going to layer the materials in your bottle. So down here at the bottom, you're going to need to do something to try to keep everything from falling out. So recommendations I have, if you have a coffee filter at your house, if anybody drinks coffee, or gauze that you would use under a bandage, cheesecloth, or some other netted material. You just need something to keep all of these materials from falling out. You could use a newspaper. That's kind of a last resort though, because that's going to catch more stuff. Here's an example drawing. Here you need to draw your bottle and what your layers are. So once you do that, you need to show me what layers you put in there. Then you're going to make your polluted water sample. You will need a large amount of polluted water because you want enough so that when your water runs through, it's going to actually go through. Okay, key thing here is you need to measure it. And I don't care how you measure it. If you've got a 2-quart water pitcher and you mix it up in there, just make sure your parents are okay with whatever you use. We don't want to get something really dirty that they didn't intend for that. So find a way to measure it. I'll be a little bit loose on the measurement, but I just want you to make sure you measure it in some way. And here are some ideas of what you could use to make your polluted water. Okay, I just want to make sure that you use some type of vegetable oil or oil in your sample. Vegetable oil would be the best because it's safe. Just use a little bit from your kitchen. But you could add some salt, you could add garlic powder or some other spices. You could use a 1/2 cup of used coffee grounds if someone's a coffee drinker in your house, or you could add some mud, a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. You could add some food coloring to change the color of it and see what happens, what color the water comes out at the end. Be creative with this. The sky is the limit. You just might want to ramp some of these amounts up if you're using a bigger water sample. Okay, so then put your polluted water recipe here, make it. Then you're going to scroll down here. It says conduct all of the before treatment observations for your lab. See the lab report at the end of this document. So if I keep going down, you've got a short lab report to fill out. You need to write me an introduction or a background study. So tell me a little bit about water treatment. And then you need to do this before treatment section right here. Okay, so give me a measurement. It says in milliliters. You measure however you can. If you've got an old 1-cup measuring cup and you want to measure that way, or if you use a 2-quart pitcher or a quart pitcher, just measure it. Tell me the color. Describe what the color looks like before. This is your polluted sample. What's the clarity, meaning how clear is it? Can you see through it? What does it smell like? How much oil is there? Can you see a presence of oil? And then presence of solids. What particles do you see in the water? Are they suspended? Are they mixed throughout? Are they settled at the bottom? all that kind of stuff, okay? Then you are going to, like I said, put something underneath your filtration system, and you can use the part of the bottle that you cut off. Whatever you use, I'd recommend that it's clear so that you can actually see the samples in there. Take a picture of your polluted water sample and paste it right in here so I can see what you're working with. And then you're going to pour your polluted water into the top of your water filter. So you dump it in here and you're gonna wait to let that water run through. It might take an hour or more, so just be patient, but kind of watch how fast does it move through your different layers. Okay, put a picture of your filtered water sample. So when it goes through the bottom and you've caught it, I want to see what that looks like. Okay, then you're going to go through and complete the after treatment observations. And there's a couple calculations and or questions here at the end. When you're done with all of this, you should upload this to Google Classroom and repost it. I'm hoping you had a little bit of fun with this. I'm hoping that you saw that from the beginning to the end, there's a pretty big change in the water. This is what happens naturally in the soil. Our water moves down through the layers of the soil, and the soil is like a natural filter or sponge that kind of cleans everything out. Think about the water that you flush down the toilet. That water doesn't disappear. Remember when we talked about the law of conservation of mass, water or matter is not created nor destroyed, right? The water does not disappear when you flush it down the toilet. It goes somewhere else. It changes form, maybe in some cases. It gets filtered out, and we drink that water again. So there has to be a way for water treatment to happen, but it's happening naturally all the time as the water moves down through our soil layers. Okay, so I hope you have fun with this activity and let me know if you have any questions.